So welcome to this course called Atoms Reacting. I am Michael. I'm going to be your scientist, guiding and ushering you through a series of chemical reactions and explosions, and we might have to electrocute a few things, all with a quest to build out explanations for the cool, interesting, sometimes surprising phenomena that you will see, that you will do, and you will see yourself. So can we run a set of experiments in chemistry and build out explanations that explain what we see? This is our goal. And in this unit on atoms reacting, we're even going to try to go deeper and actually, be the atom and see if we can even determine what individual atoms are doing inside of chemical reactions. And so we begin. Let me take you back about 320 years to the early 1700s, almost before chemistry even existed. At that point in time, I was ruled by what we call alchemists, and these were almost kind of seedy, shady, back alley potion makers who were hoping to turn lead into gold and thereby seek fame and fortune. So their goal wasn't to seek knowledge and uncover truth and assist and help humanity. No, they were just looking to make some gold out of a cheap metal. They never succeeded, but they did give the first generation of chemists who emerged in the middle of the 1700s a set of kind of scientific techniques and ways to do things, and a library of information that the first generation of chemists were able to kind of start their new science on. And so this is where we begin. We kind of really begin in the 1770s with a scientist named Antoine Lavoisier. And he had an idea. And this idea came from a problem chemists were having in even trying to get their science off the ground. And the problem was they didn't know what to measure. You see, science can only make progress when you observe and carefully measure things. And especially if you have a set of data you can measure and graph, you can build explanations and predict how things will happen in the future. Chemists didn't know what to measure. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense, because what is chemistry? It's a study of mass, it's a study of matter and how it changes over time. So whether it's changing colors or it's exploding or reacting, what do you measure if something's changing color? Do you measure its redness or purpleness? And that's hard to kind of put a number on, is how purple is it? The one thought that came to mind by this scientist named Antoine Lavoisier was, let's measure the mass. And the reason he came to that thought is that the one thing that all the matter in the universe has, it has mass. And so what if you conduct a few reactions and you measure the mass before the reaction and measure the mass after the reaction? He didn't know what conclusions could be drawn, but he says, let's just do it. And so that's actually where we begin. We're going to conduct some pretty interesting chemical reactions with the goal of trying to see if we can measure the mass of all the chemicals that are taking place in the reaction before it starts, and all the chemicals that are produced from the chemical reaction. So can we do that? And if we can, what can we say about that? And that's our goal. That's where we're going to start out with in this unit called Atoms Reacting.